Now, Stormwatch on KNWA's Power Doubler forecast first.
Hi everyone, we had a round of storms early this morning and now we're having another isolated storm, and this one's packing a punch. Severe thunderstorm warning for Washington and Madison County. This will continue until 5:30. Take a look at our downtown Fayetteville Skynet cam. This storm blew up out of nowhere. As we take a look at Mega Doppler, you'll see that heavy rain over the Durham area, south of Durham near Hazel Valley, Arnett. Also some large hail up to the size of tennis balls possible. The largest hail associated with this storm at the moment is in between Arnett and Hazel Valley. Let's show you this on 3D Mega Doppler, 4D should I say. Watch this thunderstorm form out of nowhere and explode all the way up to 55,000 feet at times. So this is a large thunderstorm. If you live in southwestern Madison County, take cover from this storm as it moves in. We'll have a complete forecast, which does include a cool down as your news starts now.
Now, with Northwest Arkansas News, always, this is KNWA Live at 5.
Now on KNWA, the investigation into the disappearance of 2 local women continues. The hope now that a new reward will bring some answers. Good evening, I'm Neely Jones. Mr. Turner has the night off. Several weeks ago, 2 Bentonville women were reported missing. Police say they still have little to go on and need your help. KNWA's Alex Flippin joins us live now in the newsroom with the latest on the investigation. Alex?
Neely, Louise Bishop and her daughter Christina went missing from their home in Bentonville on June 18th. Neither took any items that would hint to a spur-of-the-moment trip, including medication. And the thought now is that there may indeed be foul play involved. Now, weeks into the investigation over the disappearance of Louise and Christine Bishop, detectives say all indications point to something very out of the ordinary. But it's what isn't out of the ordinary that fuels the mystery. We're told video surveillance from an area business shortly before the mother and daughter went missing shows the pair shopping normally. No indication that anything is wrong at all. After that, neither woman has been seen or heard from again. The fact that nearly a month has passed without any attempt to make contact with friends or relatives has detectives on alert for possible foul play and family members offering a reward. $5,000 they hope will prompt someone to come forward with any information that may help.
We got several tips throughout the weekend. We're still sorting through those. Not as many as we'd like, obviously, and nothing right now that appears is going to be too helpful. We're still just hoping for that information to come through that provides a break.
That reward being offered last Friday did spawn some tips, as you heard there, but investigators hope that it spawns quite a few more. Now, tonight at 6, we'll hear more from detectives on this case and about how even seemingly unimportant information could be the piece that solves this mystery, Neely.
All right, and I'm sure we all want to see it solved. Thanks, Alex. If you have any information, again, contact the Bentonville Police Department. A Springdale man remains behind bars on 6 counts of battery. According to the Washington County Sheriff's Office, 25-year-old Carrie Zink stabbed and cut several people when they tried to break up a fight between him and another man. After this, he then got in his car and ran over a man twice and attempted to run over several other bystanders. That according to authorities. He was later arrested. Fayetteville police continue to investigate 2 drive-by shootings from the weekend. Officers returned to the home where one of the shootings happened again today, responding to a disturbance. The shootings happened early Sunday morning, the first on Boxley Avenue, the second at a duplex on Bluebird Street. Police believe a group of fighting teens may be behind the shootings.
And we're still trying to investigate it, trying to round up a couple of folks that we want to talk with about this incident and hopefully get some more information.
If you have any information, contact the Fayetteville Police Department at the number you see on the bottom of your screen. Making headlines around Arkansas today, a bulldozer destroyed the home where someone murdered Little Rock television anchor Ann Presley. Presley died 5 days after the attack. The home had been for sale by owners Dick and Deborah Flowers. The couple sold it to a developer with plans to build a new home on the lot. DNA samples taken at that house match Presley's accused attacker, Curtis Lavelle Vance. Vance has pleaded not guilty to the capital murder charge. Some good news when it comes to education. More than 60% of Arkansas students scored at or above proficiency in math and literacy tests. In April, 8th graders from across the state took benchmark exams known for being some of the most rigorous in the country. Diana Julian, interim commissioner of the Arkansas Department of Education, says, quote, "It's a great day when a state can report that more than 2/3 of its students are achieving proficiency," end quote. Back in Northwest Arkansas, several local doctors and advocates worry proposed Medicare cuts will cut out vital patient procedures. As KNWA's Liz Hogan explains, the concern centers around medical imaging, a service the Obama administration may affect by trimming funds. Liz?
Well, Neely, Obama is urging Congress to reduce government reimbursements for medical imaging, which includes things like mammograms, MRIs, and CT scans. Now, to do that, the president is also asking lawmakers to increase utilization rates or efficiency rates for these machines from 50% up to 95%. The idea is doctors operate their medical imaging machines at a high rate of efficiency, which would allow them to spread the costs over many patients, which means less government money. The money saved from cuts like this would help pay for his massive health care overhaul. But many in the healthcare industry oppose this proposal, including some right here in Northwest Arkansas. Today, local doctors, patients, and advocates held a press conference in Fayetteville to discuss the issue. Dr. Stephen Harms, a radiologist at the Breast Center of Northwest Arkansas, says meeting a 95% efficiency rate is impossible.
If you were running a factory, patients going through a factory, yeah, maybe you could, but when you're in a rural area, when you're using highly specialized care, we really can't do that.
If the government cuts its reimbursements, Harms predicts some medical imaging centers would have to close, making it even more difficult for patients in rural areas to get treatment. These cuts are part of the $313 billion Obama wants to cut from Medicare and Medicaid programs over the next 10 years. Neely?
All right, Liz, thank you. Again, the money would go toward revamping health care and ensuring almost 50 million uninsured Americans. Former Arkansas Governor Mike Huckabee has been making headlines once again. This week he took a stand for Sarah Palin. Sunday, Huckabee defended Palin while in Oklahoma City and said she remains a strong contender for the White House. Speaking of Capitol Hill, students from Northwest Arkansas gathered today to watch the Senate confirmation hearings for Supreme Court nominee Sonia Sotomayor. The American Diabetes Association hosted Supreme Court Watch, a party for anyone interested in the process. Sotomayor, has type 1 diabetes, something noticed by many, including people in Northwest Arkansas.
This is important because she has diabetes and so do I, and that's just like such a big step for someone that has diabetes to go so far in life. And for me also being, Hispanic, her being first Hispanic to maybe be confirmed into the Supreme Court, that's very, important to me.
Lopez also said for her, this confirmation hearing shows anyone can do anything in this country. Sotomayor remained focused today despite digs from skeptics on a tough week ahead. Here's Contessa Brewer with your MSNBC 120.
Day one of the confirmation hearing for Sonia Sotomayor, the Supreme Court nominee kept her cool in the face of skeptical Republicans.
I will not vote for, and no senator should vote for, an individual nominated by any president who is not fully committed to fairness and impartiality toward every person who appears before them.
My personal and professional experiences help me to listen and understand, with the law always commanding the result in every case.
This week, Republicans will take aim at Sotomayor's past rulings and especially her statement that she can make better decisions because of her Latina background.
It's not just about Sotomayor. This is a proxy battle about President Obama. Does he represent core American values?
She may have to actually take on what other nominees have been given a pass on, which is the way in which who you are affects your judging.
The hearing was interrupted several times by anti-abortion protesters. One man was charged with unlawful conduct. In Florida, police arrested 3 men in the deaths of a Pensacola couple known for adopting children with developmental disabilities. On the Today Show, one of the couple's adult children talked about how the family's coping.
They had more love than anybody could ever imagine giving one person, much less 17.
Officials began sifting through 100,000 names trying to figure out who's supposed to be buried at a suburban Chicago cemetery. It's now a crime scene in an alleged plot to dig up and resell graves. Today, President Obama nominated Regina Benjamin for Surgeon General. During today's announcement, he also blasted critics on health care reform.
I just want to put everybody on notice because there was a lot of chatter during the week that I was gone. We are going to get this done.
And Endeavor's on standby for its 5th launch attempt tonight, though the weather may not cooperate. That's your MSNBC 120. I'm Contessa Brewer.
A camp just for video games. Up next, some kids are thinking this is the best camp ever. Find out why it's more than just Xboxes, PlayStations, and it's more about art than math. But first, the amazing story of how 3 men survived being literally swept away into a tornado. Yeah, don't miss this one.
If you see breaking news or have a story idea, call the KNWA Tips line today at 571-TIPS or the toll-free number you see here. 571-TIPS.